Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae and as promised I am going to be doing Mani Mondays. These are my grown out gel manicure nails that I put over polygel. My St. Patty's Day set, and they're still growing. I really only had damage to my index finger, and here's what they look like filed down. And the reason why I had damage to my index finger is because that is the one that I picked at. So I am going to be soaking these off with acetone after they're filed down as much as possible without the reason why I file them down so close to my natural nail is so that way it's easier to get all of the product off of my fingers, because otherwise if it's not filed all the way down, as you know, polygel does not always soak off like acrylic does, so it allows everything to get underneath that polygel and soak off the base coat. So then I just go in and I trim my natural nails because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do or how I wanted to do today's set, should we say, and I didn't know if it would be see-through or you'd be able to see my natural nails underneath. I have been wanting to actually let my natural nails grow out, but I've discovered that they're very fragile and they always break no matter what I do to try to grow them out. Even if I just did like a simple gel mani over them, that'd probably be the best. And just kept doing an overlay, but I don't even care at this point. They do look a little, dried out right now because of all of the acetone. I didn't do the whole cuticle oil or buff thing because I'm getting ready to put new nails on. So then I just go around and trim my cuticles. This is so satisfying to me. I don't know why, but I'm getting really good at it. I'm good at not cutting myself with the scissors anymore or cuticle nippers, and I'm also just getting really a lot better at prepping my nails in general, like not cutting myself when I go to do prep or things like that with my e-file. So I am using all nail matrix products today to do my nails. The awesome thing about the tips that I'm using is that they are refillable and you can buy each size individually on her website. These are very, very long 2XL coffin tips. So coffin is my favorite shape, and I just feel like you could do almost anything with these tips. Like you could turn them into stiletto, you could trim them down, which is what I do, and they look more like a tapered square. This is what they look like completely applied, and they're very thick. I like that, and honestly they fit really nice in the wells of my finger, like from sidewall to sidewall, without having to trim down like that little extra pointy part like at the edge of each tip. And since I'm using my odorless monomer today, I am using the Nail Light Odorless Monomer. I'm also using some polygel, so these are going to be hybrid nails, so I also use alcohol. I added some acetone to my monomer so that it will cure faster, because this stuff literally like will make your acrylic run everywhere. So these are the colors that come in the April mini series for the nail matrix. They're so pretty. It's kind of hard to see the shimmer when I'm zooming in this far, but I am including the names as well. I just feel like they're so gorgeous, especially like this glitter is just really, really pretty. And this next one is Dandelion. This one glows in the dark. It still has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's really just a matte color for the most part, but I do like the little shimmer that it does give off. And then also this Lemon Burst color, which is a jelly yellow. And I love it because yellow is just really uncommon. So I really love this series, which is only $28. And you can also use my code NANE15 for 15% off your order. So for some reason, my Dandelion color was not staying charged, and I was trying to show you what it looked like when it glows in the dark. It's like a really pretty green glow. And yeah, my lamp was being crazy, but that's what everything looks like swatched. And then I go in and I adjust and trim my nails down to the length that I feel like is okay. I end up making my thumb really short because I don't really like to have long thumbs for some reason. It's just easier for me to function with shorter thumbnails, but this helps me determine the length I want the rest of the nails to be. And then I just go through, like I mentioned, trim everything down to what I feel comfortable with. What I didn't do was Oh, and here is where I make sure that I take that sharp edge off of my my sanding band, so that way I don't cut myself. So that's another way I prevent cutting myself. Just like when you season a nail file, I also season my mandrel band, or my sanding bands. So yes. And then once I have everything all how I want it, I'm gonna go in with my nail matrix, prep and prime. I do 1 coat of prep and 2 coats of prime, and that usually works really well for me. And then I go in with the rubber base coat, also from the nail matrix, and it is very, very, very thick. I will say that when I put the jelly cover over this index finger, wherever I had the rubber base coat applied, it did look lighter on whatever part had the rubber base coat, so I thought that was cool. And then I use this McCart Chrysanthemum color. It's like a really pretty nude. It's somewhere in between Daydream and the Asiasta that I bought, and it just fits my skin tone really well. But I was not ready to sit here and try to do a smile line with acrylic. I knew that would take me forever. I knew this nail set was already going to take me a while. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to mix the acrylic with polygel, or if I wanted to just do it all acrylic, which is why I chose to just do the tips with acrylic eventually in the end. And I was like, then all I have to do is let it set and cure, or dry, and I don't have to do a bunch of stuff in and out of the lamp and things like that. So here I cut up my lemon slices that I want to put in the nail. When I first saw this mini series, I was like, I have to do something with lemons. I don't know why, I was just screaming lemons to me. And I have tried to do lemonade nails in the past, and they just weren't really my favorite thing. I didn't really like how they turned out. So I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with today's set or what design I was going to use. And then I remembered that I had a screenshot from Vanessa Nails for a long time sitting in my phone. And so I was like, I want to try something with that design. Now I didn't do the ombres and all the fancy stuff, or I definitely did not do the 3D flower that you see pictured, but I really was like, I could use that as inspo for today's set, and so that's how I decided to come up with this design idea. So I didn't do a poll or anything for today because I already had this in mind for a while now. And like I mentioned, I didn't do the ombre, but I got the glitter in there, and then I wanted to put the lemons on the other side. And so you'll see here I just go in with smaller beads because I am going to encapsulate this, right, with clear. And so I don't file through like the lemons and the glitter, and it ends up looking pretty cute. I really like it. So yeah, I'm just showing you on this finger how I go in, and then I really make sure that that line is really smooth down the middle with my brush, so that way I don't have to go in and file and make a straight line. That's another thing I love about acrylic. Same thing with polygel, you can really get a straight line before it cures. And this odorless monomer allows you to work with it however long that you need. So if you need like forever, then you could take forever. It's kind of oily, which is another reason why I put acetone in it, is so that it wasn't as oily, because when it cures or when it dries, it does leave a little bit of a dispersion layer. So I just go in and I do the same thing for my middle finger. I do the glitter on the opposite side, and then put the lemons on the inside of this one, and it just ended up turning out really pretty and really cool. Since this monomer sets so slow, another thing that you'll see me do is go back and forth between each finger and make adjustments and move the acrylic around a little bit, or wait a few seconds before I add another bead to whatever I have put down or I have already laid, because I don't want to move the previous, like I want to give the previous bead time to set a little bit before I add to it, so that way it's set and cured and I have everything the way that I want it. You can see, like, you can play with this stuff forever when you're using odorless monomers. So yeah, so you'll just see me continue to go back and forth, and I'll move on to the pinky and the index finger here soon. So you can see here in this clip that I did add a bead to my pinky before I went to put the lemons on this nail. And I actually forgot about that bead and it drained down my entire pinky on the other side, and I ended up with a big mess underneath my pinky. Thankfully it came off of my skin very easily because of that dispersion layer, that oily layer that the Odorless monomer has. I was able to just pick it right off my finger without any pain or problem, but oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that. I was going to try to do the color blocking on my pinky and my index finger, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. It was very challenging with acrylic. Had I been doing this with polygel, I would have been able to be more successful at the color blocking like in the inspiration pick that I had, but trying it with acrylic for the first time, and this being like almost an entirely full acrylic set, I was just like, I'm not going to be that adventurous. And so here I am, just I put down a little bit of the Lemon Burst jelly color, and that's what I am using to adhere the lemons to my nails. Instead of like a clear acrylic, I wanted to use I wanted it to be as yellow as possible, right, because it's lemon nails, and I wanted to incorporate as many colors as I could. Since this is a very like, I did use wetter beads since I was trying to stick the lemons to this layer or this part, and so they did kind of keep sliding off, but once I got the hang of it, like on my middle finger, I made sure like it was thick enough, or that I used a thin enough bead or not as much monomer to be able to stick the lemons without having them slide all over the place. So yeah, these ended up just turning out really cute, and I really enjoyed them. So after I decided I wasn't going to do the color blocking because I felt like that was way too challenging, I did go in and just do the rest of the nail, the pinky. On the pinky I used the shimmer, which is the Honey Dew Me. I really love this color. Like, it's just very beautiful. It is hard, like I mentioned, to see the shimmer in this video. My camera kept wanting to focus on the lemons in the background, so I should have moved them, but I didn't, and so I'm really sorry for that. So it is a little hard to see the shimmer, but then here I go, just finishing up. I did want to mention that I am using Model 1's number 8 brush. So this brush is what I use for my odorless monomer, because it does leave like that greasy texture to it, like when you're done using it, even after it dries, and I don't want to ruin a good brush or pay for a good brush and have it be all oily and nasty. I did clean my brushes with acetone once before, and that worked out really well. But the other thing I love about this brush is it's not even pinched, but it does keep its shape. Like, that is one really good thing about this Model 1's brush. So as a beginner, I feel like this brush is on point. I actually bought 2 acrylic sets from Model 1's, and this came free with the set. And so yeah, I was game. I was here for it. So then I also, to tie the set in just a little bit more on my thumbnail, I go in with that Honey Dew Me shimmer color, and I add the lemons to that instead of the Lemon Burst or the jelly color. And yeah, I just randomly place my lemons. This is why I cut them up into smaller pieces as well, is so that the lemons easily lay on my nails and they don't go everywhere. I don't know how else to say it. Like it's not, I'm not going to file through them once I encapsulate them. So I made sure to sort them out into like the thinnest pieces that I wanted to use, and then all that good stuff. Yeah, you know the drill. So now I'm going in with my nail matrix clear, and you can see what my towel looks like from doing the rest of my nails. It's just seriously so pretty. I guess that is one thing about odorless monomer, is like you don't really waste a lot of product. Like my towel, like that was from doing all 5 fingers, and I'm a beginner, right? And so and your brush stays pretty clean like that. I don't know what it is about that oily stuff, but it really helps your brush. And you could also see underneath my pinky finger in this part, like where I was talking about how it drained down my nail. Oh my gosh, horrible. Oh my gosh. But this is my first time doing like a really like a full acrylic set, not swatches, not nothing. I should say my first hybrid acrylic set with polygel. Yeah, I just had so much fun doing this. Like, this was a very good first experience, even though my nails look crazy and bulky. I did make sure that the clear seeped down in between all the lemons, so that way it would hold them in place. And then I built it up as much as possible, or felt as much as I should. I even went over the shimmer color and the lemon burst in clear. And here's what everything looks like filed and shaped. And you can see that they're not too thick. I tried to get them more of a coffin shape. I should have shaped my nails before I started applying the acrylic, but I didn't. And that was the result. So now they look more like a tapered square, but it is what it is. And now I'm going in and putting on the top coat, and these just look so beautiful. Like the jelly color, like I mentioned, like you could see the part like where it makes a little V next to the smile line, where the rubber base coat was and where it wasn't on the tip. And so yeah, just a heads up on that. If you use base coat, just go ahead and put it on the full nail because it will show through, or you will see that rubber base coat through a jelly color. So just a heads up. And then this is what the lemon, of course, I'm using my Nail Matrix Shiny Top Coat. Oh, these just turned out so pretty. But up next will be the bling. So I am using my Nail Matrix bling kit, but she no longer sells these, but she is working on replacing these bling kits with other things on her website. She is constantly posting new things to her website and refreshing her inventory, so anytime you look at her website, it's probably going to have something new or different on it, which is another thing that I love about the Nail Matrix. So again, you can use my code NANA15 to save 15% off. And she won't have the bling kits available, but she will have everything else that I used in my video from her today. And I'm just going in with my Morovan Rhinestone Gel. So even though I already put my top coat down, like I just learned a couple months ago, I've been using this stuff for about a year now, the rhinestone glue. And so I've learned that when it cures, it cures. It's a no wipe. It's a no wipe rhinestone gel, and honestly this stuff works amazing. So if you're ever considering using Morovan gem glue, yep, I would highly recommend it. So the other thing that I did a little bit different from my inspo set is that I put these rhinestones in the middle of each of the nails, and then I did go ahead and put the little rhinestones, or the smallest yellow rhinestones that I have, around the edge of the nail, similar to the inspo pick, even though I did not put them all the way around the nail. Now that I have the rhinestones applied to my middle finger and my ring finger, or sorry, my middle finger and my ring finger, how I want them, I am going to go in with some pearls and some more of those small yellow beads on my index and my pinky finger. Pearls have just really been in lately, and I just thought they looked really cute with this set and the shimmer, so yeah. And in this video I actually did include me putting my cuticle oil on. I did not forget that step today. This is the Nail Matrix Rose Oil. Sorry, I keep getting ahead of myself. I edit my videos too fast, or to go faster than normal, so you guys don't get bored, and then I end up not knowing what to say or how fast to talk. So But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's first Mani Monday set. I had a lot of fun doing this, like I mentioned before, and I thought they were really cute. I also had a lot of fun playing with acrylic and that odorless monomer. So yeah, nobody got headaches, and we enjoyed today's set. I'll show you what they look like after they're done, and I'll also show you a little bit of what they look like outside. And I hope everyone has a great week. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and I hope you enjoyed today's set.